My guy Criss Angel is back now with a new reality competition show, and I got some thoughts about it. So let's jump into the review of that right now. Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing Criss Angel's new show, Criss Angel's Magic with the Stars, which is coming to the CW October 22nd, and then you can check it out the following day on the CW app for free. Now, Criss Angel has always been busy. If it's not a show, a live show in Las Vegas, if it's not a television show, he just continues to reinvent himself. And yeah, I know it's still all kind of circled around magic, but every single time it seems like he just has a new refreshing take on things. So like, yes, a musician, an illusionist, a musician, the guy does it all. And I think he's one of the most, one, I think he's one of the biggest draws in Las Vegas. And two, I think he is one of the most respected entertainers in all of the world. Everybody knows the name. You can't even go near Las Vegas without seeing one of his billboard signs. Criss Angel is that guy. So knowing that he came out with a new show, I absolutely wanted to check it out. I could not wait to see what this was going to be. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is, yes, I know by looking at the name Criss Angel's Magic with the Stars, the first thing you think is Dancing with the Stars. And I think what's smart about this is that, one, it easily connects the two, so you're like, well, might as well see what that was about. And it sort of does follow the same recipe, where folks on Dancing with the Stars may not have really had a dancing background, but they get on there because they always had an appreciation for it. They always wanted to do it, so they get trained and they go out there and do their best performance. I think everybody as a kid always wanted to do magic, and if you did not want to do magic, you sure as hell was intrigued by what Criss Angel was doing and wish you can do the same. So now you have an opportunity, because in this show you have 1v1, two celebrities going against each other, being rated by 3 judges on a 5-star rating to perform some of Criss Angel's most iconic stunts and illusions of all time. So really cool. First episode, and like the other thing is too, like, you think like you're just going to get the traditional people who look like they would do magic. No. There is a lot of interesting names that are being attached to the first episode. You got Miles Brown from Blackish, and then you have Corbin Bleu from High School Musical. Miles, much like myself, said he always grew up loving Criss Angel, so this was like a no-brainer for him to want to be a part of this. But then when you look at some of the other folks that you have, I mean, one, you have Genuine, who was just in the news. I'll talk about that in 1 second. You have Vernon Davis. You have Frank Mir, UFC fighter, so like NFL player, R&B icon, a UFC fighter, a NFL tight end, like these different things. And then you have Randy Couture, another UFC legend. So like, come on now, like, you're getting the most unpredictable folks to be a part of this, which just makes it so much more interesting. The other thing is too, considering that some of these stunts, you like, all right, levitation. You think levitation looks like it should be for like a certain body type. Could you imagine somebody like Randy Couture levitating? I couldn't, but I'm intrigued to see what his episode is going to have. But I've only checked out the first episode, and it was interesting. Very easily to consume. If you love reality competition shows, this is right down your alley. If you love magic, right down your alley. But then also, there's another little interesting aspect to this as well too, and that's actually who's involved with this. Your judges are Criss Angel, as you would expect, who's obviously going to be the hardest on critiquing everybody. You have Loni Love, which I was like, oh, I love that choice. And you have Lance Burton, also loved this trio to put together here. And then your host is Eddie Griffin. I was like, well, okay. Didn't see that coming, but I surely hell will take that. And then going back to Genuine, who's just in the news because he's okay after passing out doing a water tank stunt. That right there is one. It's very fortunate that he's okay, but it's important because that, I think, adds sort of the validity to this. I know it's a television show, and I know folks got their thoughts about magic and whatnot, but understand that a real person passed out on it's on all the tabloids, even on social media, and say he's okay, which means that these things are real. And that means that these folks that are practicing and training for these stunts and illusions actually have to do the work in order to compete, which to me now brings another extra level of intrigue to me, because it's not to say that Genuine did anything wrong. You know, accidents happen all the time. Hell, Criss Angel was hurt at a point. It just tells you that, like, hey, they really are in the trenches to win this competition, which I respect. And that right there, I think this makes the show just that much more interesting. So I really can't wait to see what's the come for the rest of the season. The first episode is really, really cool. I gotta say that what's interesting about this is how selfish Criss Angel is, letting folks perform his most iconic stunts is interesting to me, because when you want to see Criss Angel, you want him to do the things that you've always heard of him to do, that you may have never have seen. And the fact that he's letting these folks use it and then put it on television is like, wow. Which also makes me think, like, what else does he have in the tank? He might got something else up his sleeve that we haven't seen before, and we haven't. He is not performing thus yet. I wonder if we do get something, but so far it's been pretty cool. And if you're in Las Vegas, hey, this show is at Planet Hollywood. Not sure if you can see it live based on how the tapings have to be done, but I would imagine of the news of Genuine just happening just earlier this week, that means that, like, hey, they are taping in real time. So that means there may be an episode being taped like this week, and you may have the opportunity to do so and then be a part of what you see on television. So I think this is really cool. You know, thinking again about the cast here, you know, Lance Burton, who's also a master musician, so you do have that. You have award-winning Loni Love, so you got a little bit of comedy to it, and then obviously you have Criss Angel, so you have a very diverse set of eyes looking at these stunts, that really makes the judging, I feel, to be very unbiased. You know, I think it does add a lot of intrigue in terms of execution versus entertainment. And then obviously Criss Angel is going to be looking for perfection. So there's that. But hey, if this sounds like something you want to check out, totally do Criss Angel's Magic with the Stars on the CW, October 22nd. Jump in the comments, folks, and let me know your thoughts about it. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.